Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be taking a look at all of the defensive linemen that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had formal interviews with at the NFL Combine. This is the last video we're doing of this series, by the way, so it has been one heck of a fun series. But before we dive into it real quick, I'm sponsoring a pro wrestling match. What? I know, it's awesome. The POW Florida Championship is on the line in a no disqualification match as the champion, Leroy Shogun, defends against the King of Florida, Daniel Starling, on April 27th at the Seminole Rec Center. If you guys do want tickets, the link will be pinned in either the comment section or in the description. I will be at the event as well. It begins at 5 p.m., 4 p.m. for the VIP experience. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into these defensive lineman prospects. Firstly, it's Branden Fiske, and this guy's a dog. This guy's a dog. I mean, look at him. You just look at him. He's one of my favorite, I mean, just one of my favorite prospects. This dude's a beast. And I know a lot of people are going to want this guy. Florida State guy. A lot of Florida State fans who root for the Bucs. 6'4", 292 pounds. It's understandable to see why people like this guy. 4.78 40-yard dash for a 298er, by the way. 1.68 10-yard split, 33.5-inch vertical jump, 9-foot 9-inch broad jump, 4.37 20-yard shuttle, and 26 reps on the bench press. Let's go through the stats real quick. So, he did not join Florida State until his final year. He did spend basically his entire collegiate career at Western Michigan. Really, let's go through the notable stats. 2020, 5.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. 2021, he had 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. 2022, second team All-MAC, started all 12 games, 6 sacks, 3 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles. He went to Florida State. My man got to work. Third team All-American, second team All-ACC, 9 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. This is a guy who, you put him next to Vita Vea, you put him next to Kalijah Kancey, that D-line's eaten. I don't care. That D-line's eaten. And it's nothing against maybe a guy like Logan Hall, who has that starting spot right now, but Branden Fiske is just a dog. He gets after it, my man. He gets after it. And I think a combination of those 3 guys along the D-line would be pretty darn good. Now, would the Bucs want to take him in the first round? It's a legitimate question. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But he is one of my more favorite prospects. I think whatever team gets him, be it the Bucs or somebody else, they're getting a pretty good defensive lineman on their hands. I'm really excited to watch Branden Fiske at the NFL level. Next, you have another just beast of a D lineman, in my opinion. It is Rook. Oh man, it's Rook. It's Rook out of Clemson. That's what, because if somebody can say that name, kudos to you, sir. 6'4", 294 pounds, will eventually be an average starter in the league as well. From Nigeria, which I think is pretty cool. 4.89 40-yard dash, 1.67 10-yard split, 32-inch vertical jump, 9-foot 8-inch broad jump, and 29 reps on the bench press. This dude gets after it, and he does get comparisons to Justin Madubuike, who just signed a really big deal with the Baltimore Ravens this past year, by the way. 8 tackles for loss, 5 sacks in 2023, third team All-ACC, honorable mention for the All-ACC in 2022, 8 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and 5 passes defended. This is another really good player, in my opinion, coming out of Clemson. I've said this before with multiple big-name organizations like Michigan, Florida State. Coming out of Clemson does prepare you for the NFL level. So I think that Rook out of Clemson here would be a good, serviceable starter right away for the Bucs if you need him to be. I would say at the very least, he's a guy that would be competing for a starting job. Now, he's pretty close to Branden Fiske in terms of his athleticism and just where he's overall graded as well. So I'm going to be very curious to see where this young man does end up going in the upcoming NFL draft. Next, you have got Mr. Chris Jenkins coming out of Michigan. The Bucs have been very interested in a lot of Michigan players this year, by the way. I have been noticing that. Will eventually be a plus starter, 6'3", 299 pounds, 4.91 40-yard dash, 1.7 10-yard split, 30-inch vertical jump, 9-foot 7-inch broad jump, 478, 4.78 20-yard shuttle, and 29 reps on the bench press. These guys lift, all right? 29, 29, and 26. Yeah, these are some big boys. These are some big boys. 2023, third team All-American, second team All-Big Ten Conference. Started all 15 games and won the national championship, by the way. 4.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 1 interception. Was a team captain. Was the team's co-defensive player of the year. His father, Chris, played defensive tackle at Maryland and was a 2-time All-Pro in the NFL. So very, very cool in my opinion. So Chris Jenkins is the son of Chris Jenkins. So, you know, that's cool, I suppose. Was an honorable mention for the All-Big Ten Conference in 2022. 3.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Gets comparisons to Milton Williams as well. I believe he's still on the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Bucs are looking at guys who can be first or second round draft picks. They are really shooting high in terms of their interest. Even take a look here at McKinley Jackson as well. He is another guy who, well, okay, McKinley Jackson's the one guy who is averaged to be an average backup or a special teamer. But in Chris Jenkins, in Rook out of Clemson, and out of Branden Fiske, these are 3 guys that could go in the first or second round, and or that is likely where they're going to go, is the first or second round. So, does make me wonder what the Bucs' interest is here. You know, are they going to try and get one of these guys, get a new starting defensive lineman? I don't know. Invest in the trenches. But I do like Chris Jenkins. Big man. Put him next to Vita Vea. Put him next to Kalijah Cansey. And I think he's going to eat. Will help out a lot in terms of run defense also. Last guy I want to look at here is McKinley Jackson coming in out of Texas A&M. 6'1" and 1.5 inches. 326 pounds. Big man. Big man. You probably view him as a backup nose tackle, in my opinion. 5.26 40-yard dash, 1.78 10-yard split, 23-inch vertical jump, 8-foot 10-inch broad jump. I mean, brother, it's okay. You know, it's all right. This is a guy that would be a backup nose tackle. I mean, hey, you need some good backup depth, right? You need some good backup depth. And I like the big man here in McKinley Jackson. He's a guy that I think you could slot right behind Vita Vea, have him grow and learn behind Vita Vea. Maybe you get creative, move him out to D-end if you want to, have him as a special teamer type of guy in that mix as well. If you can get him in the later rounds, he would be a very, very interesting prospect in my opinion. But guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about these defensive line prospects down in the comments section below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.